Hello friends, this is mz4250, and in this live 3D modeling stream I will be creating the Sorrowsworn. The Sorrowsworn is from the book Mordenkainen Sum of Foes. Most of the creatures in that book are the intellectual property of Wizards of the Coast, so please do not try to sell this model once it is complete. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and get started. So, I have here a lovely male model. And I'm going to go ahead and position him as needed. So, let me get my key commands on so you guys can see what I'm doing. Anyway, let me grab this fella here with the G key, and we're going to go ahead and move his limbs to the side right over here. Then we're going to go ahead and grab this limb over here to the side, and just like that. Just a very neutral stance, because if you look at the artwork, he's not really standing in any weird, strange fashion. I'm going to tilt his head to the side just a little bit, just like that. Okay. You'll have to forgive a lot of background noise. I have two 3D printers working for me right now. One is printing a massive Cthulhu, and the other one is printing Coriander from the C-Team. Alright, so let's go ahead and I guess I could put one. I can move the hips a little to the side, just a smidge. Just like that. I'm gonna have this leg go. Actually, wait, not so much to the side, but actually forward, because we're gonna have this leg moving forward just a little bit. Good morning, kitty. I got my cat with me right now. It's just rubbing against my leg. Very cute. Alright, I'll move that leg forward. Go ahead and move it back. Let's go ahead and angle this foot forward just a little bit. Oh, looks like we got some problems here. Let me go back a little bit. I think I messed up. That's what I did wrong. Okay. I was angling it as well as posing it. My bad. My cat is being so cute right now. It's just rubbing against my leg. So cute. Okay. Okay. Kind of has like a shambling position going on right now, which is the intent. Good morning, coffee. Delicious. Alrighty, so this guy's coming along pretty good. I think I'm gonna leave his back slightly arched, just like that. Okay, now that we got that done, let's go ahead and solidify this. So I'm gonna apply the armature, press Ctrl P. After I select the body, press Ctrl P. Keep object transforms. Now let's go ahead and get rid of this skeleton because we don't need it anymore. Let's get rid of this control module because we don't need that either. Kitty, you're being a weirdo. It's okay, I still love you. Alrighty, so now that we got that done, let's go ahead and get some basic modeling done. So first, his limbs are pretty awesome. Since they're just really big claws, like, yeah. No hands? What? Sign me up. As a person who 3D prints these regularly, when there's no hands involved, that's like, yes. Sign me up. I'm all for no hands. Let's see. So it looks like his big claw extends from his hand outward, and his arms and forearms still kind of look normal. So I just got to keep that in mind. All right. So let me just. Let's see here. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to tell my my Discord that I'm streaming right now. Let me just do that real fast. Anyway, sorry about that. So, let's get back to it. Now, this is definitely a weird looking claw. That's okay though. That's kind of the intent. My cat is so happy to see me right now. I was out of state for a little while. I went on a Christmas trip with my wife. And yeah, it was a good trip. 1 second. Looks like my mouse has died. Or is about to die. Let's see. Let's go ahead and position this correctly. Hello there, melee camps. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Let me get a cord for my little mousey. 1 second. Sorry about that. Had to make sure that my mouse actually worked. But yes, good morning there, melee camps. Yes, I'm very happy to be streaming right now. Let me just angle this a little bit to like that. Hey, melee camps, if you could tell me if the music is too loud or if I'm not loud enough, that would be greatly appreciated. Because right now I'm just working on the fly. Good morning, kitty. Yes, kitty. Let's see here. These claws are looking a little difficult for me to pull off. Music is a bit quiet, but not too quiet. There we go. That should probably take care of that. Yeah, sound is always a challenge for me. I'm not exactly a professional streamer, so it's always been a little bit of a difficulty for me. Whatever, is what it is. Okay. So what we're going to do is, after I make sure that I am very comfortable with how these claws came out, I am going to duplicate them all around, and they should look alright. Delicious coffee. Let's go ahead and make this guy's waist really thin. So the lore of the Sorrowsworn is actually pretty creepy. It's basically souls that were lost in the Shadowfell that became victims of whatever emotions, tormented them while they were in the Shadowfell. So if the fears of them being lost overcame them, then they become one of these Sorrowsworn, the Lost. Melee camps. Yes, that is correct. I am now a full-time 3D artist. I am doing, focusing on Patreon work, and yeah, it's been going pretty well. I've been doing pretty good. So it appears that his torso is a little too long. Might need to bring it down just a little bit. But yes, I quit my full-time job and am now doing 3D art full-time. And it's been going pretty great. So thanks to the amazing and relentless work of my wife, Jen. And, just the awesome level of support that I received from my patrons. If you happen to be a patron, thank you very much. And if you don't, then it's okay. Your support would be appreciated regardless. So this face is rather creepy looking. Let's go ahead and make that happen real fast. Now, I'm not going to be making like full-fledged teeth. Reason being is because it's individual teeth don't normally print well, regardless of what kind of 3D printer you have. So I'm just going to be making just basic masses of geometry that are going to be there in place of teeth. Just go from there. Just like that. Well, Melee Camps, thank you very much for your support. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I am trying to, 3D model as many things as possible at breakneck speed, so you might never catch up, and that's okay. Because right now, Wizards is releasing books and monsters at a rate that I can't catch up, so... So we're all going to be very busy in different ways. That's that. So don't worry, I hear you. I hear you. It's a little too spread apart. I guess that would work. I like that this guy's eyes are unnaturally large. Large, very oval, very creepy. This music is also incredibly creepy too, so it works pretty well. Delicious coffee. Alright. That's a pretty creepy looking face. Let's make sure that the head is the right size for the rest of the body. Looks like I have to increase the size of the head by just a little bit. Just a smidge. I see it. I see the island. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and add ourselves a nice little... Let's go ahead and add some feet, then we'll add the other limbs, and then we'll get into some sculpting. So to make the feet, I'm actually just going to cheat. I'm actually going to just bring in this lovely little foot part. I'm just going to go take care of that right now. So let's go to my body parts and wings and bring in some feet. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down over here. And basically just make the adjustments as needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to alter the geometry and positioning of the foot model. And we're going to go ahead and, you know, go from there. So once the geometry is just lined up, I'm going to delete the geometry in the original model and then go from there. Easy peasy. Okay, now that I got that done, let's go ahead and get rid of these faces. Onto here and join them. Grab this right here. Mesh, edges, bridge edge loops, smooth vertex. By the way, a question that I get very frequently is why is it I'm still using Blender 2.79 instead of Blender 2.81, and that is because they released version 2.81 a couple of weeks after they released version 2.8, and frankly, if they just keep releasing new versions and they keep working on bugs, clearly they are not ready for, you know, an actual release or the actual product. So if there's still bugs and such, I'm just not going to upgrade anytime soon. That and the fact that I've tried 2.8 for weeks, and I found that its modeling processes are really no different than 2.79 when it comes to the UI, tools, and the basic structure. So because it doesn't offer anything new, I'm just going to go with the old modicum. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm just going to stick with 2.79 until my computer dies and I need to get upgraded anyway. So I will eventually get to 2.8, but it will be on my terms, not on, you know, just because everybody expects me to. And that's that. I gotta say, looking at the artwork, this guy's legs, they're pretty long. But instead of increasing the size of the legs, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm just gonna decrease the size of his torso by just a smidge. Just a little bit. I guess I'll increase a little with his legs, which is a smidge. Not by much, though. Also, I was wrong. His head size is a little too big. I was wrong. That's better. That seems about right. Okay. Now you may notice that his feet are a little large in comparison to the artwork. And that is actually on purpose. The reason being is because the model needs to have a stable footing on the surface of the creature itself. However, I will increase the overall size of everything else by just a little bit. But yeah, when this thing is 3D printed, it needs to have a stable surface to support the entire mass, so that's why the feet are a little bit bigger than normal. Okay. Now that we got the basic elements down, let's go ahead and add some extra limbs. So we're just going to make sure that I am fully satisfied with this limb right here, since this is what I'm going to be using. I guess it could be a little bit pointier at the end, a little bit more of an angle. This music's a little too epic. I'm going to actually move on to the next track. Seems a little too serious. Alright, I think it looks alright. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a limb. Let's do this. I guess I technically don't need this geometry in here anymore. Okay. Let's do that again. All right. So this limb, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the active elements option, and we're going to base it off of this face. We're going to shrink it down based off of the overall angle of that face and where it's gone. It's like right there. And then we're going to bring it up, and let's see. It looks like it's attached into his rib cage. That's going to be kind of weird, but we will make it work. It's like right at the lower bit of his rib cage. It's really freaky looking, actually. Okay, now we're gonna move you forward just a little bit. Make sure you're nice and lined up with this square right here. Okay, gonna get rid of this. Faces. Select this and this geometry. Mesh, edges, bridge, edge loops, and then we're gonna press smooth vertex. Cool. And there you go. Now let's go ahead and change the positioning of this arm. So as you know, if you look at your elbow, when you move your arm forward and back, left and right, your forearm forward and back, you'll notice that its pivot point is right at the middle of the elbow. So let's keep that in mind when we move this. Okay, right there. Let's go ahead and move it upward like this. I'm just going to move it forward a little bit just to take care of that muscle. Okay. And then that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's move this limb down. Or just like wrist, should I say. Okay. And then let's do the limbs on his back. So let's go ahead and position these right. First, it looks like he's kind of in a downward angle. It's interesting. Alrighty. Okay. I probably should wait till I have the other limb attached before I start messing with the back muscles. So I'll do that next. But yeah, this guy's coming along pretty good so far. Bless me. Sorry about that. Sorry, I was just checking something on Cura real fast. Okay, -1. Now we're going to go ahead and make sure that this value is also at a negative construct. We're going to go and press Control N, reverses the normals, and it's good to go. Now we just reinsert right here, and then we're good. I think this limb is just going to be angled upward just a smidge. Okay. Maybe angle it. Just facing that way. Just a little bit. All right. Now that we got that done, let's go ahead and select this geometry right here. Delete that. Gonna connect this bad boy right here and right here. Let's go ahead and smooth these vertexes out. Now we can mess with the geometry in here. Okay, it looks like we have all the basic geometry down now. Now we can move on to the next phase, which is sculpting. That's always fun. So let's go ahead and do that. First, let's add a subdivision surface. And let's increase its variable by, or views by 2. And as you can see, it's already looking like, you know, this would be acceptable as is if it was a FDM print. But we have to make considerations for our resin folks now, right? So let's go ahead and increase the details by a substantial amount. So let's make sure we have our size marker first. Medium-sized creature. Let's bring this big boy over here. Make sure he is right there, like that. Now that we got that done, let's do some sculpting, shall we? All right. So let's press N. Let's add a mad cap to the shading value. That way it's easier to see what I'm sculpting. Then let's go ahead and go to the sculpting mode. Sculpt mode. Let me first save this real fast. Let me go to save as, and it's going to be the Lost Sculpted. And save. Okay, now let's sculpt. So we're going to apply the subdivision surface, give it all that extra geometry that we need. Then we're going to go into dyntopo. We're going to turn on dyntopo. We're going to decrease this parameter to the number 6, which is a really good parameter. Let's go to clay, increase its width, and we're going to add some mass to some general areas first. So let's do that. I wonder if this symmetry lock is going to work. It's probably not. Okay, looks like it's working in some areas. That's good. Alright, so let's give it some mass right there. Let's give it a little bit of mass right here. Let me see if that's working on the other side. Yeah, it is. Good. Give it some mass right there. Okay. And the reason why I'm using the clay tool is because the clay tool is just a little bit softer version of the other extruding tools. Just gives me just enough oomph needed to modify things as needed. Alrighty, let's go ahead and add a collarbone in here real fast. Increase the strength by just a little bit. Okay, now we got that done. Let's increase this just a little bit right there. And I think we're good with the symmetry lock. We don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead and, well, just a little bit more actually. Yeah, a little bit of mass right here. Okay, now that we got that done. Alright, now I think we're good. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's go ahead and start working on some of these creepy lines, shall we? Alright, first let's add some more mass right here. So as you can see, as I model in dyntopo, it adds more mass to the areas that I mess around with. So it leads to some pretty cool effects. Alright, let's cut some lines into this sucker. Subtract. Go ahead and do that now. So Okay. Alrighty. He's coming along okay. I have a pretty light viewership this morning. I guess it's time for me to whip out the yoga pants. Alright. There they are, folks. That's right. Yoga pants, 3D modeling. Come and get them. Yep. That's right, it's 3D modeling nights. you know, 3D modeling after dark. There you go. That'll get some viewers in here. Yep. Oh, here come the viewers. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm here for the yoga pants. There you go. Of course, anybody who's hello. Hi there, everybody. Thanks for joining. This is 3D modeling after dark with mz4250. And yeah, my holiday was pretty good. Thanks for asking. I went up to New Hampshire to see my family. Technically my wife's family, but they're my family now too, right? But yeah, just hung out with some family. Did a lot of drinking, did a lot of eating. I think I ate and drank a little too much, to be honest. I need to do my cardio this week to make up for all that. I know. Well, in some parts of the world, it's after dark, so, you know, gotta make considerations for our friends in Poland right now, right? Actually, I'm pretty sure I never had somebody tune in from Poland, but it's fine. $1,600 in Poland, huh? Damn. Thought it was going to be a little bit later than that. Okay, it's got to be nighttime somewhere in the world, right? So that's why I'm saying it's after dark. Unless, of course, this is the one time a year where it's actually not nighttime anywhere on the entire planet. In that case, well, oops. Whatever. After dark in spirit. So yes, it's after dark in spirit. There you go. So to all my Australian brethren down there, this is a stream for you. It's 3D modeling after dark. Well, that's exciting. Well, I'm happy to help you out. Yeah, updating my giant models is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. By the way, holy crap, I was kidding, but it actually worked. I actually have more viewers now. As soon as I started talking about me wearing yoga pants and me modeling after dark. So, well, it actually works. Never underestimate the power of yoga pants. As long as you guys are having fun, that's all that matters, right? Either way, I am happy to be helping you out, friend. Alright, this guy's looking pretty good. Let's keep working on these arms and then work on his decrepit face. Shopping in D&D. You never underestimate how long it takes for people to do their shopping in a fantasy game. As soon as you give them that option to spend that money, man, oh man, did they spend that money. That's funny. The plight of the DM. I hear ya, friend, I hear ya. Okay. This guy's coming along pretty decently. Okay. Next, let's add some mass to his claw areas. And then we should be good to go. Probably should have done this when I was connecting it to the rest of the creature, but that's fine. Probably. Yeah, probably. He's a Sorrowsworn. The Sorrowsworn are from the book Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. They are basically the living embodiments of depressed and decrepit beings who were stuck too long in the Shadowfell. And yeah, they kind of suck. Yeah, pretty much. They are the embodiment of depression and anxiety. As they are what happens to lost souls that stay too long in a Shadowfell. Yep. So yeah, they kind of suck. already. So I'm just looking up an image of a healthy back just to make sure I'm not missing any crease lines as I draw in here. Alright, so gotta get some lines in here. Got some lines in there. Let's see. Some lines up in here. Lines up in there. Lines in there, lines in there. Okay. Cool. Yeah. You know, just because you're a monster that's stuck in the horrors of the Shadowfell doesn't mean you can't have good posture, right? So I say, you know what? Good for this guy. Good for him and good for his good posture. I don't really know this area. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream today. Probably till like the mid-afternoon because I do have to do some errands. So we'll see. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for stopping by, friend. Appreciate it, and thank you for your support too. Alright, let's go ahead and work on this guy's face now. Let's add some more rigid lines to his bone structure right here. Okay. Yeah, I think this guy's good to go. Yeah, he looks pretty good. All right. I think we are done with this model. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too difficult to pull off. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with how he came out. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Now I'm just nitpicking. Alrighty. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Let's, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and call it here. So let's go ahead and go into object mode, and let's do some quick rendering, and then we're gonna go ahead and export this model. Let's see here first, see how he looks. So. Looks like the lighting's a little too bright. Let's go ahead and spread these lights out just a smidge. I want to still keep the ambience, but I want it to be a little less intense. All right, let's try that again. Okay. Well, that looks terrifying. Let me just look at one more thing. Yeah, his eyes are definitely there. They're definitely the right amount. I guess I'll just increase the power of the shadows by bringing the light up just a smidge. Okay. And let's go ahead and look at this fella one more time. There he is. Yeah, that looks like a nightmare. Let's go ahead and go into sculpt mode. Let me make sure that's smooth. Shading is turned on. Smooth shading. Alrighty. And then edit mode. Let's go to solid mode real fast. Solid. And let's just do one more thing real fast. I noticed that some of the areas here have a lot of geometry, or things that look like geometry. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the amount of mass and width in these areas right here. Help smooth them out just a little bit. Okay, that should help. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Oh, that looks terrifying. Alright. Last thing I want to do is this little indentation here is a little too strong. Let's go to sculpt mode. Let me just smooth that out right there. Okay, now he should be good to go. Alrighty. Alright, and there he is. That is the Sorrowsworn of the Lost. And he looks pretty creepy. Yep, he looks pretty damn creepy. Alright, I am satisfied. So, let's go ahead and post this thing online, and then we're gonna call it. So, let me just save this right here. Let me go ahead and export this model. Okay. Now let's go ahead and post this thing online. So first things first, we need to make sure that the file is actually printable. So let's go ahead and open this up. So let's go with the Lost. Okay, import model. Ooh, that's exciting. There are no errors in the file, so that's good. So let's go ahead and now open him up in Cura real fast. Let me get rid of my Cthulhu body. Let's go ahead and open him up. The Lost. Let's make sure that he prints okay in FDM. I'm sure that the tips of his claws are not going to come out right, but I'm pretty sure everything else will look okay. Let's see. Okay. No, it looks like everything turns out. Even the tips of the claws come out okay. That's good. Alright. Sweet. Now, obviously, if you were to print this in FDM, you would not print this as is. What you would do is you would actually print him on his back. So, for viewers who are watching this, if you want to know, the best way to print something like this is like this, on his back. Everything's pointed upward. You don't worry too much about the supports messing things up. It's pretty standard stuff. Okay. All right. So there you go. Let's go ahead and load this guy online. So while he is being loaded online, if you guys have any questions, now is the time to send them my way. So, yeah. Whatever questions you guys have about 3D modeling, 3D printing, D&D, you know, whatever it is you guys have, now is the time to ask as I load all of these things up online. So, now's your chance. So let me load this all up. Oh, I was supposed to save an image, wasn't I? Yes. Anyway, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask away, because I am currently loading files on the internet for my patrons and everybody else to enjoy. So let's see, new models in December. Let's go to Mordenkainen Summa Foes. Let's go ahead and load this up. Sorrowsworn. Okay. And I definitely plan on printing this guy later today, as soon as the last print that is on my printer is finished doing its thing. Anyway. Okay. So that's loading up right now. Let's go ahead and load this up onto Shapeways, because that's the site where I'm allowed to share files that are based off of D&D copyright. Alrighty. For now. Yes, never forget that at any point Wizards could just say, hey Miguel, you need to stop what you're doing. And I'd be like, okay, it was a nice run. And then I would just model things that are not intellectual property. But whatever. It actually wouldn't really stop me that much at all. I will just continue what I'm doing. Just, you know, make sure I'm careful of what I model. So, not a big deal. Alrighty, so that is loading. Let's see how it's coming along on my, Yep, it's a pretty big file, so it's going to take a minute to load up completely on my Google Drive for my patrons. And to those who are watching right now, in case you're curious to what I'm talking about, I do have a Patreon, and yes, I do offer my patrons access to my personal Google Drive with all of my files. So if you're curious about supporting my efforts, along with saving yourself some time by having all my files in one convenient place, the link to my Patreon is loaded right there in the chat, and will be loaded on the YouTube link when I load this up on YouTube. Anyway. But yeah. Looks like this guy's almost loaded up completely. I guess while we're here, let's go ahead and load up a photon file real fast to just have that ready to go. So let's load them up. The Lost. Okay. So remember, when it comes to resin printing, just like with FDM, you want to make sure that you load this, you angle this guy properly, so that way supports don't mess with the final product too much. So an angle like this is pretty good. It's almost 45 degrees, almost. But yeah, so let's go ahead and select that. Let's go to light supports. Use the auto support function, which actually works pretty well in the slicing program for the Prusa, the anycubic photon. While it's doing that, okay, it looks like this guy's ready to go. Let's go to create a 3D product. Okay. And then Sorrowsworn, Lost. Oh, brother. Having a really hard time with my control button. For some reason, it's not copying thing, or it's not working right. I might need to get a new keyboard soon. To anybody who is watching right now, do you guys have any recommendations for keyboards that don't break over time? Oh, I got a question here. Hi, since I'm modeling 2 at the moment, do you know a quick way to align a face to any other face? To align a face to an other face. Could you elaborate what exactly you were referring to? I'm not really sure what you mean. But if you're talking about just aligning one face to another face, I mean, not really. There's not really any magic to it. You just, you know, make sure they face each other right and flatten them as closely as possible. I mean, there's nothing really to it. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer your question. I'm sorry. Okay, white set, and there. Let's see how this photon is looking. Okay, so here is something. So this is a lot of supports, obviously. You don't want to have this many, so I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these. For instance, when a support is angled like this, like see how it's angled upward? That means you don't really need to have supports as prevalent. So like right there, that's all that I need for something like that. This guy is angled almost like perfectly upward, so you don't need supports there either. Okay, I'll leave that last one there. Well, don't really need it either, actually. And then right over here, you don't need this, because it's a very thin piece to begin with. So you don't need to have supports that high up. Same thing over here. You don't need this many supports. The auto function is still a really good tool, I feel, because it does cover the areas where you really do need supports, like at the bottom of the body and such and so forth, but sometimes it's a little overzealous when it comes to other areas of the body, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that as long as you catch it. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. Yep. Yeah, that should work pretty well. Okay. And then I'm going to add some supports, like right here. You could use a support like right there. Anywhere where there is an extensive overhang, that's where you need to have a support. So like right here, I could use an extra one. And everywhere else looks like it's okay. Okay. And then I'm going to add a heavy support just to ensure that this thing does not fail at the bottom. So like one there and like one there. So that's like all you need. Here we go. I got another question here. I am trying to place an object with a flat bottom to a side of an other object that is at an unknown angle. Was hoping Blender has some magic to get it just right. I think there are magnetic tools that can get things linked to each other just right, like the way that you want there, Edwin. Unfortunately, I have never used them before in my entire life, so I could not tell you. I've just eyeballed things and just lined them up as closely as I can, and usually when they intersect just a little bit, that's kind of all you need. So, sorry, you're gonna have to just Google that yourself, my friend. I do not know. Sorry. Okay, well, thank you. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, so the slicing is happening right now, and it looks like it's ready to go. It says here it's going to take 4 hours and 41 minutes to print, so that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and take this slicer file, and let's put that in my Google Drive as well for my patrons to enjoy. Save changes. View product. And let's put the slicer file inside for my patrons as well. So let's load that up right there. And let's go to new files in December. And there you go. Okay, so ta-da! Alright, Sorrowsworn The Lost is now online and ready for everybody else to enjoy. The download product button is there, and it is good to go. Okay, so okay, that was a pretty good modeling session right there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my recording, so I will be posting this video on YouTube in a little bit. Anyway, once again, the model is online and ready to go. So this was a quick recap, a modeling session where I went over some basic block modeling. I then went and did some sculpting, and then I prepared the model for printing, both FDM and resin-wise. And yeah, this was all in all a pretty good session. Okay, well, let me go ahead and turn off the recording button, and gonna go take a short break and then move on to the next creature. But yeah, this was good. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Once again, my Patreon is located at the bottom if you'd like to support my efforts. And there you go. I will talk to you later. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and happy printing to you all. Bye-bye.